from the Liverpool Business Improvement District, where hotels already impose a £2 levy. And we're also joined by Russell Imrie, who's president of BWH Hotels GB. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bill, tell me, has this gone down fine in Liverpool?
It has gone to the most kind of fine. It's an additional £2 that certain hotels in Liverpool, because it's a business improvement district, so it's not all hotels, not all categories of accommodation, but the hotels where we've been charging it over the last year are paying it, and that money comes through to us.
And so when the money comes through to you, what do you do with it?
That money is spent on destination marketing. It's spent on subvention.
I don't know. That so may be a phrase for you, but destination marketing just sounds like blah blah to me.
What we're doing with it is to drive the demand for our hotels. Liverpool has increased over the last 20 years, hasn't it, with the number of hotels. You know, we saw that 3 years ago with Eurovision. Big increase in the visitor economy. We needed resource to be able to support the visitor economy, and that's the key to it. It's about a small amount of charge on each bedroom that is used to support the visitor economy.
So, in essence, you're saying it's a good thing?
We're saying it's a good thing, but we caveat that. Because the fact is, it's good with our model, and we're bound to say that, aren't we? Because the model it's controlled locally. It's not a central tax. It's locally controlled, but it's also controlled, as business improvement districts are controlled, by the businesses in the way that they use it to drive demand in specific ways.
OK, so, Russell, pick up on that. Cautious, good thing.
Yes.
Where do you stand?
What's important to the customer is how much they pay for their stay. The tourist tax is different from a business improvement district fee. If you take Edinburgh, for example, which is the first city to introduce it, it's 5% plus VAT. When you add that onto the 20% VAT that we already pay in the UK, that means that a stay in accommodation in Edinburgh is going to be 26% shortly. That is one of the highest rates of accommodation tax in Europe, and potentially puts at risk the attractiveness of Edinburgh as a visitor city.
I mean, in real terms of the price someone is actually going to pay, are the hotels going to try and alleviate that rise in some way, effectively dropping their prices to accommodate what they're going to have to do? Do you understand what I mean?
Absolutely. And the reality of that is that is not going to happen. Hotels are struggling. They've been faced with increased payroll costs, national insurance costs, energy costs, food costs. There is no scope for a hotel to absorb this additional 5% tax.
OK, in terms of the numbers, so are you saying, absolutely, we take Edinburgh as an example. Edinburgh is a huge tourism magnet from all over the world. Are you saying that fewer people will come to Edinburgh because of this?
What I'm saying is that Edinburgh, with the pricing that will be applied from this year, will be the highest taxed visitor destination in Europe. And that must cause people to think twice.
Where does it rate at the moment?
At the moment, we already, because of the 20% VAT, have the highest taxation costs on accommodation in Europe.
So that's not going to change?
That's not going to change. It's average 9 to 13% everywhere else in Europe. Ireland has just reduced its VAT to 9%. So straight away, when you stay in a hotel...
This extra levy is not going to change the position of where Edinburgh is it?
Well, I think it is. I think that people look at how much they're going to pay, and if you're paying £100 for a room this week, and next week it's 106, people's budgets are tight.
It's not £6. Bill, what do you say to this? Because I thought I was looking at the figures kind of in various places that have this. And we're looking at Cardiff, £1.30. Even in, I mean, Milan and Barcelona are the most expensive, €10, €12. But in the UK, Manchester's £1, and Liverpool's £2 per room. So
absolutely, and if it was £1 or £2, and it was for a business improvement district model where the money goes back into the visitor economy, hoteliers would be comfortable with that. A tourist tax is completely different. This is raising money for the city at a higher rate, and there's no control over where that money ends up and how it is spent. It is not being ring-fenced for the visitor economy.
Bill, how would you assure people, hoteliers, and for example, Russell, exactly, that it could work?
Well, at the moment, within the Business Improvement District legislation, those hoteliers actually vote for us to... So we took a vote last year to charge this. Hoteliers came and
yeah, but it's not surprising that hoteliers want to charge more money.
But
that's not surprising.
We're actually seeing it now. So we've seen growth in demand for hotels in Liverpool, because of the way that we're able to use the resource to support. And so we're seeing an increase, an 8% increase in room occupancy rates just last year alone. So we're seeing that, and hoteliers like it. You've seen that from the VT earlier, that the majority of the public will say it's only a small amount. But Russell's point is quite correct, that we're the heaviest taxed sector in the economy in terms of across Europe. And we're making ourselves less competitive against European travellers, against international travellers.
Bill, Ali, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank
Russell
you.
Imrie, thank you as well. We'll wait and see what happens as that unfolds. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's